example, unfortunately, if you're all very bad software developers, we don't know how to write code. Version 2 sucks, and it doesn't perform as expected, right? Flagger will automatically roll back all the traffic to version 1, right? So let's say when 5% traffic is going to V2, it's working fine, but let's say there's a memory leak, right? And as more and more traffic comes to version 2, version 2 starts exploding, the memory goes off charts, there are 500s, blah blah blah. What Flagger will do is it will monitor Prometheus, right? And then Prometheus will make sure that Flagger knows that version 2 is misbehaving. And when Flagger determines that, it will basically roll back all the traffic to version 1. So instead of 50% going to version 2 and 50% going to version 1, 100% of traffic will go to version 1. So even though you deployed on a Friday, you don't really have to worry about end users, encountering bugs and stuff on your website, because Flagger will take care of it. So this is one technique of how you can do a canary release, because there's something called weighted routing, because you shift the weights, right, in a progressive manner. So the next I would like to
what was that term called?
Weighted routing. So because these are weights, traffic weights, 5%, 10%, 20%. So the next thing I want to discuss is A/B testing, alpha beta testing. I think this is much more popular way of doing progressive delivery. So here the idea is that you have a beta program, right? And users can sign up in a beta program, and whenever you have some kind of beta software that you want to roll out, you want these users to be able to access this beta program. And how do you automate this entire process? Well, Flagger can help you do that as well. Basically based on headers or cookies, right? So what you do is you stand up your version 2 alongside your version 1, right? And you can optionally run some conformance tests, some load tests if you want to. You can do that as well. And what you can do is Flagger will automatically configure your service mesh or ingress to route all traffic that contain a certain cookie or like a header, right, to version 2. So all users that are signed up on your beta program, right, the requests that originate from those users will have a certain cookie or header, right, which basically differentiates them from your stable normal users, right? And these users, let's call them insiders for the purpose of this diagram, these insiders will always be directed to version 2 of your deployment, of your software. And based on the traffic that these insiders are generating, right, Flagger will see what's happening, right? It will collect metrics, it will validate SLOs, and if everything is going according to plan, right, it will promote the version 2 as the next version, right? But if something is going wrong, it will automatically roll back and it will stop the whole canary process, right? So in a nutshell, what you could say is that if your insider, the traffic being generated by your insiders is not up to the mark, version 2 will be taken down, the beta version will be taken down, and even your insiders will be directed to version 1 back, because that's how you roll back. So then we can move on to blue-green deployments. Blue-green deployments are the most simplest deployments if you do not have the engineering budget to implement all of this, and you just want something very simple, something fast and quick to get by. Your blue-green deployments is something which you can consider. It's pretty simple. What you do is you have version 1, you have a version 2, you run conformance tests, you run load tests, artificially generated traffic, and then you collect metrics and you validate them. If it works, then Flagger will promote it to version 2. If it doesn't work, well, it will just scrap it. And at the end of the day, no end users are actually ever exposed to version 2 at any moment of time in blue-green testing, and that's one of the advantages and disadvantages depending on users. Right. So, any questions regarding anything? Canary releases, alpha beta testing.
One of the examples you gave was like a memory leak. Is there a certain default timeout usually for a release or rollout? Because most memory leaks, for example, are going to be like a couple days or something.
Yeah. So I'm gonna explain a tutorial here. So that's gonna go through. Any questions about the concept of behind alpha beta testing or weighted routing? Okay, cool. So let's do Istio. Just to make people aware. So these are the observability tools we support, right? So you have support Prometheus, Datadog, CloudWatch, all of this good stuff. And we also have support for a lot of service meshes in English. So we have Istio, Linkerd,